everybody. I am Sandy Mioto Gugis with Profound Way Coaching, and welcome to the Manifesting Collective Facebook group. If you are finding us on YouTube, feel free to check us out on Facebook if you want to join us live. So we've been talking a lot about manifesting, attracting things into our lives. Excuse me. Today I want to say a few words about releasing, letting things go from our lives. If you want to have something new, you have to make space for it. Now, this is pretty easy to see when we're talking about physical objects like a sofa. I currently have a sofa that's pretty much a disaster that I would really like to replace. It was fine when it was new, but it has not worn well and it's over 20 years old. I had thought that that would be my sofa for life, but it turns out not so much. I need a new one. In order to get a new one into my living room, the old one is going to have to go. So things like that we can see pretty easily. But the same thing is true of our thoughts and our attitudes. Sometimes we have to let go of the negative in order to bring the positive in. I've talked to you before about how the brain rewires itself. And if you think negative thoughts, it gets easier and easier to think negative thoughts. But if you think positive thoughts, it's easier and easier to think those positive thoughts. So you can only think one at a time. The brain is a single CPU. It is not a hexacore or whatever. It doesn't have a bunch of different cores like some modern computers do. It's only got one. It only does one thing at a time. If you ask it to do multiple things at a time, it will. And it does it by pinging back and forth between them really quick. But it can't really do opposite things at the same time. You can't be thinking negatively about yourself and positively about yourself in the same precise instant. We have to let go of the negative to allow the positive to come in. We have to stop rewiring those negativity channels in order to begin the process of wiring the positivity channels. This is true for our belief system. It's true for our relationships as well. When you get to be my age, you have a few failed friendships. You have a few people that one of you outgrew the other. Maybe you outgrew them. Maybe they outgrew you. But you're no longer at the same point on the path. You're no longer moving in the same direction. And it's okay to part company for a while or possibly permanently when that happens. And then you have room in your life for new friends. Time in your life for new friends, right? There's only so many hours in the day. So again, this one's pretty easy to conceptualize because we only have so much time. So how much time do you spend with your friends? How many friends do you have? And how many of those friends make you feel good? And how many of those friends, air quotes here, make you feel crappy? And if you realize some of your friends make you feel crappy, maybe that friendship has run its course. And that doesn't mean be mean to the person, of course. That just simply means that then you go your separate ways. And it's all good. It's fine. An expression that goes around in manifesting circles a lot is letting go of what no longer serves you. And that sounds all cool and spiritual and mystical and stuff. But what we're really talking about is things that aren't good for you anymore. That old sofa is not comfortable to sit on anymore. And I can't sit on it for very long before something starts to hurt, usually my right hip. So it's got to go. It no longer serves me. I bought it to be a comfortable piece of furniture, and it isn't. So it needs to go. The negative self-talk that I used to tell myself, that I heard a lot from my mom, and my mom was a wonderful mother, but nobody's perfect. And she implanted a few negative loops in my brain, and they're still there. And I have to be aware of them, and I have to let them go to make room for the positive loops that I want to play there. Because remember, your brain is already wiring itself, rewiring itself constantly. And the only question is, are you taking control of that process? So I invite you to be open to this and to take a look at your life. It might be your physical space. It might be your mental space. But are there some things that no longer serve you? Are there some old habits or beliefs that you need to let go of in order to create space for something new? I studied with a painting teacher when I was recovering from cancer. And one of the things that she said when she's talking about painting is you have some part of your painting that you really like, and some part of your painting that's okay, but it's not up to the rest of the standard of the rest of the painting, but you like it okay. And she says, sometimes you have to cover up the stuff you like okay to make room for something you're going to love even more. It's definitely true with acrylics, and I think it's true with life as well. So give that some thought if there's anything that needs releasing in your life to make room for some more good stuff. Thanks, and have a great day.